My name is Nicole. I am your host. I don't even know what to call this, right? Like, we're getting started. We're just stepping out there. We're brand new to this. I just wanted to introduce myself. I am a certified positivity practitioner and a trauma informed master coach, right? So, the purpose of me introducing myself and this YouTube page that I'm starting is basically to bring people together, right? I want people to feel like they have somewhere to go and have a bridge. Whether you started from a very young age of not knowing what you want to do to being, at the top of your company or in your career and you still don't know what you want to do. You don't know what that next step is, right? I'm grateful to be here. I am grateful for you tuning in, right? So today's episode is one that is deeply personal to me, but is pretty much universal, right? It is self confidence. If you've ever struggled with self doubt, felt like you weren't enough, or questioned your worth, this episode is for you. I'll be sharing my own journey from a place of secure insecurity and self-doubt to standing in my power. Spoiler alert, it didn't just happen overnight. I'm still a work in progress and I learned so much along the way and I want to share those lessons with you. We'll talk about where self-doubt comes from, how to reframe the stories we tell ourselves, and the steps you can take to build unshakable confidence, right? So grab your favorite drink, get comfortable, and let's dive in. Let's start at the beginning. It's something we all face, right? For me, it was constantly a shadow that just like lived with me, right? Growing up, I was the type of person who deeply cared about what other people thought of me. And I wanted to be liked. I wanted to fit in. I wanted to be seen as successful, right? But underneath all of that, I struggled with the nagging fear if I was good enough, right? That constant feeling of being judged and worried about what others thought about me was like always in my mind, right? And it was, you could see on my body, right? For many of us, self doubt starts early. It might come from a critical comment someone made. It could be about, the comments that I heard was about my hair, my complexion. I can't even think of other ones right now, right? Like without it going so deep, right? Like, because I no longer care about them, right? But I feel like that used to shake my confidence, right? And just living in a world where you had to be perfect to be worthy is what that world looks like, right? So take a moment and to think about your own self doubt. Where do you think it came from? Is it rooted in a specific experience that you dealt with? Or is it something that's been building up over time? For me, a pivotal moment came during my separation. It wasn't just about losing a relationship, it felt like I was losing a part of my identity. I was no longer this army wife. Um, and I started questioning if everything I was doing was a failure. Could I rebuild my life? Would I ever feel whole again? But here's the truth that I've learned: self doubt might be part of your story, but it doesn't have to be your whole story, right? The next step in my journey was learning to rewrite the story I was telling myself. I used to tell myself things like, you're not good enough, you're not as smart or capable as other people. Why are you even trying? You're going to fail. Does that sound familiar to you? See, the problem with these thoughts is that they feel true even when they're not. Or our minds are powerful, and the stories we tell ourselves shape the way we see the world. Here's a quick question and an exercise I want you to try. Think about one negative thought you often tell yourself. Now ask yourself, is this really true? Then I want you to replace it with a new empowering thought. For example, I'm not good enough can become I'm more than enough just as I am. For me, journaling was a huge help in this process. I started writing down my negative thoughts, then I started challenging them, right? It wasn't easy, but over time, I began to shift my mindset. So, what is one negative thought you're ready to let go of? Write it down and replace it with a positive affirmation. And put it in the comments. I would love to see it and cheer you on along the way. See, here's the thing about confidence: it doesn't come from sitting around waiting for it to show up. Confidence is built through action. This right here, this is my action, right? Like I've always wanted to come out here on YouTube and have a page and be able to talk to an audience, and now I'm here, right? So I'll share another story, right? After my separation, I was really terrified to step outside of my comfort zone. But I knew I couldn't stay stuck, so I started setting small goals. I started saying yes to things that scared me. One of those things that I said yes to was my travel business. I didn't have the answers. I definitely didn't feel confident at first. I knew how to book my own travel. I knew how to plan things for myself, but to like market myself and put it out there, that was very intimidating for me, right? But I knew that I had the tools within me to push forward. And every time I took a step forward, whether it was booking a client's dream vacation or speaking in front of a group, I felt a little bit more powerful. Confidence isn't about never feeling afraid. It's about taking action despite the fear. So start with small steps. Speak up in a meeting. Maybe that's a meeting at work, maybe it's a meeting in an organization that you're a part of, right? Say yes to opportunities you normally shy away from. If everyone is going out and you usually like, no, I'm just going to go home because I don't want to be around people. Try going out just once. It won't kill you, I promise, right? Try something new, even if it feels uncomfortable, right? So, what is one thing you can do this week to step outside your comfort zone? Another huge part of my confidence journey was learning to surround myself with people who lift me up. The truth is, the people in your life can either build you up or tear you down. And I want you to ask yourself, who do I spend the most time with? Do they make me feel confident? Do they make me feel supported? Do they make me feel loved? If the answer is no, it might be time to reevaluate some of those relationships. And if you don't have that support system, don't worry, you can find it. Join communities like the one that will be dropping soon. Stay tuned. Connect with like minded people and be intentional with who you allow in your space. So, who is someone in your life who makes you feel empowered? Take a moment this week to thank them or let them know how much they mean to you. A thank you goes a long way. Before we wrap up, I want to leave you with this. Confidence isn't a destination, it's a journey. There will be days when you feel on top of the world and days when you don't, and that's okay. What matters is that you keep showing up for yourself, keep taking those small steps, rewriting your story, and surrounding yourself with love and positivity. Remember, confidence isn't about being perfect, it's about embracing who you are, flaws and all, and knowing that you are worthy of love, success, and happiness just as you are. Thank you so much for joining me today. Allow me to share my journey with you. If there's one thing you can take away from this episode, is that confidence and self-confidence is something you can build no matter where you're starting from. Your challenge this week is to take one small step towards building your confidence. Maybe it's reframing a negative thought, maybe it's stepping outside of your comfort zone or reaching out to someone who inspires you. Whatever it is, do it with love and intention. If you enjoyed today's episode, please share it with someone who needs a confidence boost, right? And don't forget to subscribe and leave a review. It helps us grow this amazing community. Until next time, remember you are powerful and you are capable and you are enough. Take care, and I'll see you next time.